Hey sweets, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am painted like Kimchi's sad French clown look from season 8, so that must mean it's time to rank season 8. Now just a quick disclaimer before we get started. Midway through recording the audio for this one, I got sick and got a cold. So if I sound stuffy or a little croaky in the audio, halfway through the video, and now even, it's because I have a cold. I'm doing okay, no need to worry. It's just a cold, but I just thought I'd let you know. Now, as I was writing the script for this one, it dawned on me just how iconic the lip syncs from season 8 are in one way or another. They're either fantastic or they're pretty bad, but I've had a good time ranking it, and I've also seen a couple of you in the comments talking about it and making your own lists, and I love that people are engaging in the community and enjoying the content I put out, so thank you guys so much. I really hope you're enjoying it because I'm really enjoying making it. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the video. In 12th place, we have episode 2, Bitch Perfect, which is Layla McQueen versus Dax to I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Before the lip sync, the judges talk about how this is the song to lip sync to, and it's beautifully ironic that neither queen survived. In the intro of the song, the queens both set up for the performance to pick up eventually, but it just kind of peaks there and then flatlines for the rest of the performance. The extent of both queens' performances peak at walking and twirling. And I guess Dax tries to serve emotion in her face and her gestures and hand movements, but it's just not enough. And by the end of the song, Layla's taken off her shoes and her outfit, and Dax does a weird lackluster cape twirl that just kind of looks awkward. And this is the first time I've ever had to say this, but I genuinely could not choose a best part of this lip sync. I genuinely, I've watched it about 6 times while writing the script, and I can't think of anything. I don't know. It's a very, very poor performance, and absolutely deserving of a double sachet. In 11th place, we have episode 1, Keeping It 100, which is Layla McQueen versus Naysha Lopez to Applause by Lady Gaga. This song is a fantastic opportunity to deliver a passionate and very high-energy performance. I mean, come on, it's a Lady Gaga song. And these girls just fall short. I mean, I personally really do like what Layla is wearing, so that's a plus. I don't think she should have been in the bottom for this because that jacket is actually really cool. I would wear that jacket. And Naysha's hair and makeup is, stunning. And I feel like this is a song that Layla could have, really slayed. And she started off very slow, possibly because she wasn't expecting to be in the bottom and was a little bit in her head. And then when it comes to Naysha, her movements were very stiff and kind of awkward. I think she gets compared to a soccer mum, which is quite funny. But the best part in this lip sync is Layla's death splat. Why was she sitting on that all along? That's the kind of energy. If she'd have brought that throughout the whole lip sync, it would have been stellar for Layla. That would have been such a good lip sync for her. But, she starts off slow and gradually builds up and then suddenly does a death splat. And I really like it. I think it's really cool. But, she needed that energy throughout the whole of this lip sync and the one in episode 2. In 10th place, we have episode 5, the Supermodel Snatch Game, which is Naomi Smalls versus Acid Betty to Causing a Commotion by Madonna. This lip sync comes after the Kimono Gate scandal, and I agree with Gigi Hadid that Naomi does look really good, and she uses this outfit that she's wearing to her advantage, especially in the beginning of the lip sync when she's wearing the kimono. On the other hand, Acid Betty's look is really good, very unique, but I think it hinders her in the performance because it's so big and bulky, and she gets rid of the birds as quickly as she can. And I mean, with that being said, when she goes into labour and tries to take a comedic approach, it feels kind of awkward and misplaced within the song. I don't know if it's just me, but I think she was trying to be funny and it just didn't really work. I don't know. And this one falls into the unmemorable category. I mean, It's not the worst lip sync of this season, but there are significantly better ones. And when I was writing this up, I couldn't really remember what either of the queens did, and neither queen really did anything. I mean, Naomi does really know how to pose and move her body in a way that's so, like, sultry and very Naomi. And I guess, I mean, with that being said, Naomi crawling on the floor is probably the best part. She looks absolutely beautiful and serves up some face. In 9th place, we have episode 10, the grand finale, Naomi Smalls' performance to Legs. This is a controversial one because I know a lot of people really like this lip sync. I mean, Naomi looks gorgeous, as always, and the song is very on brand because her personality trait was her legs on season 8. And the audience respond really well to it. I mean, this is the birth of the meme of Stacey Elaine Matthews in the audience. And the production is good, the dancers have great choreo. But this one's so low because when it comes to Naomi's actual performance, she really doesn't do that much. I mean, she struts and poses, but, like, it's all in one spot, and there's nothing she really does that stands out. And it reminds me of Pearl's finale lip sync. Like, everything going on around her is fantastic, but the actual performance she's doing is kind of lackluster. But the best part for me is when Naomi puts her foot on one of the dancers and, like, leans against the rest of them. And the shape that they create, like, the blocking of that, is really visually appealing to me. In 8th place, we have episode 9, The Realness, which is Bob the Drag Queen versus Chi Chi DeVayne versus Naomi Smalls versus Kimchi to The Realness by RuPaul. Season 8 really was a strong cast. I mean, the early outs, like Naysha Lopez got to come back and compete again later on in the season. Layla McQueen is a fantastically talented makeup artist. Dax is a really, really, really good cosplayer. And with that being said, this top 4 were all so deserving of the crown. I mean, Bob brought comedy that hadn't really been seen or done successfully on the show before. Chi Chi represented the less fortunate queens from underrepresented areas of America that, like, make things with what they have. Naomi represented the young, fashion-forward, female impersonator queens. And Kimchi brought her Asian heritage into the competition in a way that has never been seen before. And with that, all the queens demonstrated their individuality in this performance. I mean, sadly, Chi Chi didn't make it into the finals, but all 4 of them could have made it. It must have been such a close call for Ru to make. And the best part for me is the little house movement that they all do together at the same time. If you don't know it, if you haven't seen Untucked, you won't know that they discussed it and said, well, let's all put our hands up and do this one move. And they all did it. And it just proves that season 8 really was RuPaul's best friend race. In 7th place, we have episode 6, Wizards of Drag, which is Robbie Turner versus Derek Barry to I Love It by Icona Pop featuring Charlie XCX. I love Derek's performance in this. Derek has been exceptionally mediocre up until this point. Besides the Snatch Game, you know, his Britney was very, very on point. So it was all the more incredible to see him just turn this lip sync out. He's such a good performer, and I don't think anyone was really expecting it, especially the judges panel. And both queens start off fantastically with the right energy, but Derek leaves Robbie behind by pulling out all these tricks and stunts while Robbie takes off his wig and throws himself on the floor. But the best part for me is when Derek does a backwards roll out of nowhere and then finishes it up with some great Britney-isms. In 6th place, we have episode 3, RuCo's Empire, which is Cynthia Lee Fontaine versus Robbie Turner to Mesmerized by Faith Evans. This lip sync is so good thanks to the runway. Category is Roller Girl Realness. Ru asked the queens if they want to lip sync in heels or wheels, and Cynthia fundamentally lost the lip sync the second the word wheels came from Robbie's mouth. I will say that Cynthia put up a fantastic fight though, and if the lip sync wasn't after the Roller Girl runway, I think this one would have been tough to call. Robbie's tricks on the roller skates are really impressive, and she was very deserving of the win. But it was sad to see Cynthia go. But the best part for me is when Robbie does a trust fall with the safety mat and ends up flying off the stage. In 5th place, we have episode 10, the grand finale, Kimchi's performance of Fat, Femme and Asian. This is the first time we've seen Kimchi lip-sync on her own. Knowing that dancing isn't Kim's strongest attribute, it was interesting to see how she would perform here. They played up to this by focusing her choreo on gesture and facial expression and using the backup dancers to create cool looking shapes and movements. And I really like the song. It's very catchy and I adore Kimchi's look, and I think she did really, really well in this performance. And the best part for me is I really hope I pronounced this right, but Colobois moment. I really hope that's right. But it's when the drop kicks in and she starts punching the air, and it's the opposite to the rest of the song. And it's also a callback to episode 2 when Ru asks what sissy that walk is in Korean. In 4th place, we have episode 10, again, the grand finale performance by Bob the Drag Queen to I Don't Like to Show Off. This lip sync has everything. I mean, it's got callbacks with the purse and the ratchet on the back of his top. It has audience interaction, rapping, ambitious choreo, vocal runs, and of course, comedy. And it's very fitting for Bob, of course, as he was called out for showboating in the season, and obviously this entire song kind of plays up to that fact. And it's a perfect finish for Bob, as he was very well deserving of the crown in the end, and it's a very well-rounded end to season 8, I think, because Bob steamrolled the competition after about the halfway point, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be Bob's season. And the audience clearly really enjoy Bob's performance too. And it's understandable because not only is the setup fun, but Bob also looks like he's having a good time, which is very important in a lip sync. And the best part for me is the long vocal run at the end where Bob uses his signature comedy and then ends sat on the floor and falling into a death drop. In 3rd place, we have episode 8, the RuPaul Book Ball, which is Bob the Drag Queen versus Derek Barry to You Make Me Feel Mighty Real by Sylvester. So, the rivalry between Bob and Derek is what makes this lip sync all the more satisfying. I mean, Bob and Derek were frenemies throughout the season, with Derek clashing with Bob's personality, and Bob getting frustrated with Derek's constant digs, and then they became friends eventually. And also the storyline reason of Bob was doing very, very well consistently throughout the whole competition, and it was kind of getting to his head a little bit, so a bottom 2 placement for Bob was really needed to bring him back down and make him more relatable with the audience, I guess. Alongside that, this lip sync is really good, with both queens channeling the energy of the song right and having fun with each other, and that's the main thing. If you can't have fun on the stage, then it's what are you doing? And it's great to see Bob lip sync for the first time and to see what he could do. And the best part is when Bob slides across the floor and the 2 queens interact with each other towards the end of the song. In 2nd place, we have episode 4, New Wave Queens, which is Chi Chi DeVayne versus Naysha Lopez to Call Me by Blondie. Not only do I love this song, but I also love this lip sync. Naysha was the first eliminated queen, but returned in this episode to further compete. She was placed in the bottom and really fought to stay. She performed so much better than in her lip sync against Layla, but was no match for Chi Chi DeVayne. Chi Chi serves it hot right from the beginning, cartwheeling, flipping, kicking, dipping and bending with every beat of the song. It doesn't come across as too much because it's the right attitude for this type of song. And the best part for me is the instrumental section of the song where Chi Chi wastes absolutely no time showing us all the stunts she has in her wheelhouse. It's such an impressive performance from both of the queens. I absolutely love this one, and that's why it's in 2nd place. Now, as always, I just want to say a quick thank you for watching my videos. The channel has had so much growth lately, and I can't do that without you guys. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here and supporting me, the channel, and the rest of the community. It really does mean the world to me, so thank you so much. Just a reminder that my Instagram and my Twitter will be linked in the description below if you want to give me a follow. I post regular updates on when I'm going to be uploading a video, so if you don't want to miss out on any of that, that's the place to be. So I hope to see you there. Also, if you're feeling generous, please leave a little like and a subscribe. It helps me and the channel out, and I have a personal target of reaching 100 subscribers by the end of 2020. That is my own personal goal, and I can't do that without your help. So if you're feeling nice, please give me a little subscribe. It helps me and the channel out. It's a big ask, I know, but it would really mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the number 1 spot.
And in first place, of course, is episode 7, Shady Politics, which is Chi Chi DeVayne versus Thorgy Thor to And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going by Jennifer Holliday. I mean, do I even need to explain why this lip sync is number 1? I would just post the entire lip sync here rather than explaining it, because that would explain it for me. But come on, it's legendary for a reason. This song demands a powerful and emotional performance, and both queens did fantastically well. But Chi Chi really was the star of the show. I mean, Chi Chi plays a character as if she was in Dreamgirls herself, and really commits to every word and every movement. And the best part, without a doubt, is the entire climax of the song, especially where Chi Chi steps on the beads on the back of her dress, and they go pouring onto the stage as she belts for her life. And as sad as I was to see Thorgy go, I was so happy that Chi Chi won this one, and it will be remembered alongside her legacy for years to come. Rest in peace, Chi Chi.
So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I've really enjoyed doing this one for you. And the next one will be out very shortly. I'm well onto it. I'm very excited. It's possibly the greatest season of Drag Race there is, All Stars 2. And I can't wait to get into that. I've been watching the lip syncs over, and it's going to be a close call between quite a few of them. But I'm excited to share that one with you. So stick around. It'll be out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked my look today as well. It took me forever, but I'm kind of living for it. So I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for being here today. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.